All right, everybody, good morning. This is your 49ers reporter. Dion, I'm back in the building, you know what I'm saying? So, just a little thing for y'all. It's a little early in the morning. I know most of y'all probably sleep, depending on where y'all at in the world. But we got some injuries. Again, this is about to drive me insane because we can't seem to avoid this damn injury bug. But hopefully, this stuff doesn't, do too much. So, first person up on the list that I'm going to talk about is Jimmy Ward. He was diving for a catch to try to get an interception and broke his collarbone, out for 8 weeks. Now, this is the off season, so some of these injuries will have allow people time to heal up and be able to be ready for training camp. So I get it. But I saw a meme yesterday that Jimmy Ward was like Mr. Glass. And it is what it is, bro. Like, it's time to let go of this dude. And whenever I say these things about players, it's no disrespect to them as a man or as a person or as a human being. But from a football standpoint, like, what good are you, bro? You always injured. Always injured. You're never able to play a full season because somehow, some way, you get injured. You just broke your collarbone. It's gonna take 8 weeks for that to heal up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got June, July, but by July, you know what I'm saying, we got training camp coming. We got all that stuff. So just I'm sorry, it's time to cut Jimmy Ward, be done with him, and it's a wrap. Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, he has all these intangibles and everything like that, and all the stuff that people are going to talk about. But the dude is always injured. There's no point in it. Next person up on the list is a person I've been very critical of, but recently I laid off of him. But the one thing that I won't change my mind on is the fact that he's injury prone. Nick Bosa. Just drafted the guy, and he already tweaked that same hamstring that we were worried about. So they're going to hold him out of the rest of OTAs and say he's going to be ready to go for training camp. Now, what happens when training camp comes and you've been doing all this so-called rehab and probably massage therapy and whatever on your hamstring, and you tweak it again? Like, what's the significance of this? He keeps running into the same exact problems. You can't be that person to be always injured. You were the number 2 pick in the draft. Like, this does not work. So, next up on the list, we got Raheem Mostert. What they noticed was that his bone was healing improperly. So, basically, because his bone was healing improperly, they went back in and they reset it so that it would heal properly. So, he should be ready to go. But to be honest with you, because that bone wasn't healing properly and he wasn't able to do the things he was able to do, I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably going to make him that 4th running back that gets cut. Out of our running backs, Tevin Coleman was the only one who was healthy because Jerick McKinnon is still working back from that ACL injury that he had. But Matt Breida strained his pectoral muscle, so he was out for the rest of OTAs. I mean, it's like we can't shake this shit, man. Like, every year somebody gets injured. Fred Warner was injured as well. Like, I was just reading everything, man, and it kills me. You know what I'm saying? That every time we immediately think that we got something, it puts there's a monkey wrench in our plan. You know what I'm saying? So Fred Warner had an issue with his knee. Matt Breida with a pectoral muscle. Weston Richburg, knee and his quad. Garrett Seller, concussion in back. But I'm thinking to myself, Garrett Seller gonna probably get cut anyway because we brought in too much young talent at tight end. So he's probably gonna get cut either way. So I don't think they're gonna be too worried about that. And then look at this. Jimmy G out there running around, doing what he's supposed to do, at least doing 7-on-7s. Jerick McKinnon ain't even out there. And he had an ACL tear earlier than Jimmy did. So explain to me how Jimmy's out there flinging the football around, but you ain't out there trying to run, trying to make no cuts, do nothing. Jason Verrett, same thing, you know what I'm saying? His Achilles, Quan Alexander, ACL. You know what I'm saying? So what's killing me is the only one out of all these people that was injured that's actually making any strides is Jimmy G. And he the quarterback. He the most important person. So how the heck is it that he out there making strides, doing what he needs to do, and none of these other dudes are doing anything? You know what I'm saying? Matt Breida gonna be fine. That's cool. I honestly think he should be the starter because he fits into the system better, and he's a bigger back than Jerick McKinnon. And I think that I don't know, he just fits the system better. I think our starting running backs should be Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman. I like McKinnon, I do, but I just didn't like the signing because we had already had Breida, so I didn't see what the point was bringing him in. Like everybody was like, "Oh, well, he can do this, he can do that," but the guy had a career role as a backup, and then he comes here, tears his ACL. So the first year of your time being here with us was pretty much crap. There was nothing we could do with you. Breida's been a stalwart, and he's always done things great for us, and he knows how to run, he knows the scheme. So I had no idea why we would have to sign somebody else. So that's just me. Quan Alexander, ACL. So if by training camp all of these names aren't ready, what are we going to do? Because if there's no Fred Warner and there's no Quan Alexander, we don't have any linebackers. You know what I'm saying? The rest of our linebackers are all nobodies outside of Malcolm Smith, who can barely stay healthy as damn self. So it's different things. You see what I'm saying? So those are injuries for the time being. Most of these guys are going to be staying out of OTAs. And OTAs more so like a walkthrough, but there are times where you do have some 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills. From what I know from a great source, Jimmy G feels great, his knee feels great, and he's going to be ready for the season. So that part I'm not worried about. But I am worried about Jason Verrett because he's always injured. Quan Alexander coming off this ACL. We ain't even seen him out there running around, making no cuts, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Jerick McKinnon, the same thing. Like, at least if you're working back from this stuff, we should be able to catch some kind of film of you being out there on the field, you trying to make some plays, doing something. I mean, we done seen a bunch of rookies and other guys in there doing stuff. I feel like at this point, if Quan Alexander can't go, we might have Drake Greenlaw starting next to Fred Warner. And, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, I mean, the injury bug has come to bite us in the ass again. Let's hope that these players get healthy and get healthy quick and that everything is good. But y'all can't be mad at me about what I said about Nick Bosa. He injury prone, and look at him now. Barely made it out of OTAs. And what happened? Oh, we got to sit him down. We don't want to tweak the injury even worse. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But as long as Jimmy G is healthy and the offensive side of the ball is good, I think we're going to be straight. Because I think actually having Dante Pettis and Deebo Samuel, Jalen Hurd, Kendrick Bourne, Trent Taylor, Marquise Goodwin, Richie James, I think having all those dudes there is going to help us in the long run because we're going to have so many different options. Richie James should make the squad because he's going to be our return guy. I believe that, Kendrick Bourne and Trent Taylor should be able to make the squad because those guys know the scheme and they've been there. Jalen Hurts is a little Swiss Army knife because he can do running back, he can, catch the ball, all that. You have Deebo Samuel, who people are comparing to Anquan Bolden, which is great because I like receivers like that. You know what I'm saying? And then Trent Taylor should benefit from having Wes Welker in the building, learning how to be, one of the best slot guys and just being that dope dude that's small but quick and very efficient. So y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed. We're going to try to keep this going, man, and hopefully we don't have any more damn injuries and nothing else to report but good things and just strides forward in the right direction so we can get ready for the season. Peace out. Go Niners.